All right, let's do some examples identifying the domain and range from various representations. So the first representation that we're given is a map. And as a reminder, in a map, our left map is our x values, the right is our y values, which means the left is also called our inputs, and the right is also called our outputs. Well, knowing that our domain is all of our inputs, then putting our numbers in order from least to greatest, our domain is going to be the set of numbers, -4 and 2. Then our range, in order from least to greatest, is going to be the set of numbers, -2, 3, and 5. Next, we have a word problem. It says you go to the orthodontist because you need braces. He tells you that you will have to pay $300 now and $125 a month until you're finished with your treatment in 18 months. So before I identify the domain and range, I'm going to make a table of data to help me organize my information. So I'm comparing the number of months that go by and my total cost. Well, it says you have to pay $300 now. That means 0 months have gone by and I've already had to pay $300. And then each month I have $125 extra. So it's going to increase by $125 every month. Now this pattern is going to continue until we get to the 18-month mark. And we need to figure out what that total cost is going to be. So you could either multiply 125 by 18 and add that initial 300 on, or you can continuously add until you get to that 18-month period. But after 18 months, I believe the total was 2,550. Let me reference my calculator. Yes, 2,550. That pattern continues until I get to 2,550. So that now I'm able to identify easily my domain and my range. Now, my domain is all the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, and that pattern continues until I get to 18. Now, we can use this ... to show that the pattern continues only whenever it continues in the same method, like we're adding 1 every single time. And we only want to do that whenever we have maybe more than 10 numbers. If it's a short list of numbers, you need to list all of them out. But whenever we have a longer list, it's okay to use the ... to say the pattern continues. So for our range, I'm going to do the same thing. So our range starts at 300, and then we have 425, and then we have 550. I had one more listed there, so I'm going to have to do one more. So adding another 125, that's going to be 675. And then I can do ... to say this pattern continues all the way until we get to 2,550. Okay, and I might not want to have a comma there, actually. I don't want it to look like I'm separating numbers. So our domain would be the set of numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, going on to 18, and our range would be the set of numbers 300, 425, 550, 675, all the way up to 2,550. Now, the reason that we have to list these numbers individually is because at no point would you be spending an amount between 300 and 425. We're not including any numbers between these values. It's specifically these values. Okay. Next, we have a list of ordered pairs. So if, again, you want, you can organize it in a different manner. I'm going to start by just listing all my x values. So I see I've got a 2, a 3, a -2, a 5, and a 0. All my y values, 5, 8, 4, -2, and 0. That just kind of helps me see it better. Gives me one area to focus on. That way, whenever I go to list my domain, I can try to get those in order from least to greatest. So I see -2, 0, 2, 3, and 5. And then similarly on the range, my outputs are my y values. I've got -2, 0, 4, 5, and 8. So those were some examples of identifying the domain and range given a map, a word problem, and a set of ordered pairs.